Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. This is part 4 and the final in this series where John 3D80s kid, Ray from Philly, and John Keating from That 70s Card Show rate the backs, not the fronts, of Topps baseball back designs. We now rate the 1980s and declare our overall winner from 1951 to 1989. Well, 1980 is next, right?
Yeah.
All right.
I wrote best ever, which
You
is
did.
amazing. I had anything nice
ever.
to say after 1979. I just like that blue, man. It's a different. We haven't seen that blue before, right?
All right. Let's see here.
We're going to show the chart first, or what are we doing?
Let's see if it's going to outsmart me again. Let me try it.
Hard to believe you people figured out how to grow corn.
Yeah, I know.
Struggle.
Let's start with 1980.
All right. Well,
Now-
for me, 80 started the decade, best of the decade. So the blue looks really nice. You got a good layout. You got a cartoon that was, again, relevant to the player. It's like they brought everything back that I like about a cardboard back of a card design. So
Ray's in the middle of the road here.
Yeah, I was in the middle of the road. I mean, it's my favorite set in the front of the 80s, but the back's in the middle. It's the layout I like. It's readable. But I think it just visual element to the card didn't appeal to me as much. It's not terrible. That's why I had it like right smack in the middle. Yeah, it's a little the bottom and the side is a little bit too text heavy layout for me. But it's easy to read, which I liked, and it's clear and precise, but it's just it's a little bit too much on there with the sides, the bottom, and then stats on the top. Is a couple too many things going on.
I think it's perfect. I just think it's a nice set. It's easy on the eyes, and it's funny because everything just looks like it fits into place, which is probably what John likes about it too. It's the lines are straight and all that stuff. So there's clear delineation between the fields that they're, it's just a good looking set. Kudos.
Yeah, I like it quite a bit. I mean, John's got me looking at. There's no Oakland on here.
I know. God knows how long they got away with that, I guess. But yeah.
Yeah, you got me looking at that now every time. So, but I like the bluish color, and I think it's easy to read. I like the cartoon.
Yep.
Ricky's just the right font size on the back to read, and yeah, it's a great layout. So,
yeah, it's a perfect way to end the vintage era.
And you may notice, you may notice that 1980 was our choice, and really by quite a bit, right?
Well, it didn't have much competition. Let's be honest.
All right, fair enough. I noticed, everybody take a look at John's scoring grid.
I know, it's funny.
To do a countdown there, John.
Yeah,
it's like New Year's Eve for the 80s.
I told Drew I wanted to give all the other ones an A for authentic, not a numerical grade, but I didn't want to throw everything off.
1981, John. What do you?
All right. Well, 81 was
there you go.
Yeah, essentially had the similar elements, although if people had enough of a career, you lost part of it because you had to have a pretty short career, otherwise they truncated things off the bottom. I noticed some they truncated the text, some they truncated the cartoon, but you got cartoons on there that had information on the player when you got them, or you had the text information, or sometimes both. So and it was all easy to read. You get the little bonus with the old school Topps logo in the top left again coming back, and it was just a clean design. So I feel like it was a steep downhill after this.
According to John, it was.
There was a cliff after 81.
Yeah, there's no way to differentiate the size of the steps between 10 and 9 and 9 and 8. It seems like it's just one step down, but it is a cliff for sure.
Well, Ray may have been the factor that bumped this from first. So Ray, what do you see here?
Oh, I don't like this set at all. I remember collecting this set a lot in 81. I didn't like the front. I don't like the back that much. It's clear to read. Okay. But it's kind of blasé and plain, and it's just, I don't know. It's minimal to me. I didn't like it. The borders in the front are so thin. I know we're talking backs, but I'm not a fan of 81 in any way, shape, or form. So it's color. Nah, it doesn't stick out to me at all.
Okay.
I'd give it a 1 if I could give everything from 81 on a 1. Now look at the back real quick. What's weird about the back to me is the thing that stands out the second most is the call out that it's the complete, major and minor league batting record. Why should that be the thing other than the name that stands out the most? It's a weird use of that. Let's put a black ribbon and the only white text in there to say it's just a stat line. It's just weird. And I did that a couple times, I think, throughout the years, but who cares? Why are you calling that out in such a grand fashion?
Yeah, I thought it would have been interesting. You pull that back up through hold the card again. If they would have made the Ricky Henderson text white with how dark they made the red, that would have been interesting.
Yeah. My eyes are drawn to that one ribbon there about the record, their stats, which is, it should not happen. It should not be the first thing my eyes are drawn to.
Well, you guys are influencers because I see that now. I like Ricky Henderson. I think it's the right font size, but you're right. If that had been white, much better. Yeah,
Ricky Henderson outfield, if that's made white, that thing just is so much better. Yep. I see leaving the tops still dark and a little more subtle, but yeah, that top line of text would have been awesome if it was white.
Yeah, you make good points. I still like it, but you do make good points. I do like the ball with the number. I do like the Topps emblem and the cartoons, and it is easy to read for me anyway. So,
because you have glasses on.
Yeah. All right. What do we got next? We got 82.
Ugh.
Now, this is a case where I dropped it all the way to the bottom, but I felt like after 81, I'm splitting hairs between sets I don't like the back that much.
You're sick of the green, is what you're saying. Finally,
sick of the green. Yep.
Well, on this one, blue and green. Those top shapes. Pick. Do you want it to be square corners or do you want them to be round corners? Come on, what?
Even the bubble down below doesn't quite.
I love it. That gotta drive you crazy, man. Right angles and
just
curves.
Pick one or the other. Come on.
But look at the front, though. I mean, in all fairness, if you look at the front of that design, it has that curve coming around the bottom
hockey sticks.
Like a hockey stick, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's still a square picture, and they just got the one curved element, whereas this element is having curves and squares. So,
oh my God,
come on,
brain melt.
Right? Oh, sorry, John. Go ahead.
So, but yeah, the cartoons at the top didn't do it for me because I some of them were random and some were player related, but and again, you had to have a really short career to get the text element at the bottom because of the way they laid it out. So, yeah. All right.
I gave this one a little bit of a better grade than the 81, only because it was just a little bit more readable for me and clearer. And I remember collecting this set very, very well. Not a fan of the front at all, but the backs was I don't know, a little bit more. I like the cartoons on the top and the trivia and the fun facts, and it was more readable. So I thought they improved from 81 to 82 a little bit better, but still not not a fan really of a lot of the 80s backs, but compared to 81, I liked it a lot better.
Hold that card up again.
Yeah.
Drew.
Yeah.
So the number is hard to find, right? Because it's kind of wedged next to the big Ricky Henderson.
Yep.
The thing that stands out the most on that is it's the first time you see the modern Topps logo. They put it on the front and the back, which is interesting. But 81 has the old logo on the back. So that's the first time you see the modern Topps logo, which, if I'm not mistaken, is still in play, right? It's still the Topps logo?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, so it's the first time you see that on the back of a card or on a card. Again, 81 has the old one on the back, so that's about the nicest thing I could say.
It was a little bit more readable for me when the stats is lighter green than the darker green.
Yeah.
So I was able to follow this a little better. So I was like, all right, this is better than last year.
Again, the stat line call out is like the boldest thing on there, which is, again, use of not using any ink and just going with the gray back.
And John makes a good point. The number is hard to find, right?
Yep.
It's not highlighted in any fashion. For me, I would like to have the number in the top along with the name. I just think it's not organized right. I mean, let's have the number, the name, the bio, some stats, maybe put the cartoon on the bottom.
That looks like they're trying to shove 10 pounds of shit in a 5-pound bag right there. Kind of like 74, they're trying to put everything in there. So there's and the result is there's no natural place or organic place for any of that. It's just it all looks like it's out of place.
Yeah. Well, agreeable. 1983, and John does not like it.
Smart.
Yeah. Now this one was
here you go, John.
Weird, because to me they aren't all consistent. Like, you've got the weird silhouette hitter at the top. On that one you have what looks like a pitcher or throwing at the bottom, but then a lot of them you don't have the pitcher at the bottom, like if their stats ran too long or whatever they decided with the text where it didn't fit. And again, you don't get the text element unless they have a really short career. And then we've completely lost cartoons at all of any kind. So
man needs his cartoons.
They're for kids. That's what we said over and over again. Come on.
Yeah.
Silly rabbit. But and I wasn't a fan of the color scheme too much either. So
yeah, I wrote, what color is this? That's what I wrote. One of my things, like, what color is that? What do we call that? Is it salmon? Is it light orange? It's hard to tell, right?
Salmon.
Yeah. Oh, Ray likes it. Tell us what, Ray.
Yeah, I like the dark print of the stats on the light. By this year, in 1983, I'm in sophomore in high school, and I was getting more into memorizing stats and reading the stats. And I liked the stats on this because it was with the black letters, and they have a light salmon there, so it was very easy for me to read. If any negativity part of it, I would say, is just not a lot of flair to it. It's just kind of like blah, but it's readable for me, and I did kind of like the layout on this more than 82. It was a step up for me again in 83.
John?
Yeah, like John was saying, it's weird to some at the bottom right, you have a positional player, whether it's a pitcher, but in the upper left, you have a person batting. So I know that's part of the tops with a player batting in the upper left, but it's just kind of a weird thing there. I don't know why they had the upper left person. I mean, they could have made that a positional thing, pitcher, fielder, hitter, instead of kind of like what they did in 73 on the front, instead of putting a generic batter in the upper left and possibly a position player in the right. So,
well, I think the number, I'm going to bring that back up again. I think the number is too small.
Yep.
The 180.
At least it stands out a little bit. But like I said, that Topps logo up there, that's great. But why not have a pitcher behind that when it's a pitcher and a hitter or a catcher just weird.
See, I can read that back really well. The only thing I don't like about the front, I never liked the circle headshots. Hated those.
Yeah, I agree.
Did not like the circle headshots, but the back, I can read that really good.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, the 180 is too small for me, but it is readable because it's on that white background.
Yeah,
I get that. But yeah, overall, I think it's okay for me. It's just okay. I can read it. I like the big name on the back.
Mm-hmm.
I see
the front homage to 63, but 63 had a great back.
True. Yeah.
Fair. That's fair.
And what's interesting is nothing changed. Nothing should have changed between 63 and 83 on the back. You know what I mean? They're still feeding the same information. So why is the back so different? You know, I don't know.
1984, John.
All right. I know it's high in my rankings.
You gave it an 8. You gave it an 8, John.
I did really like the color scheme with the blue border on that one. It just, to me, that's what looked really good. I thought the logo element added to it. And I mean, it's a nice looking back. So,
okay. Ray?
Yeah.
Okay. This was a kind of middle of the road for me. It was easy to read, like in 83 and stuff. But this again, when it starts getting too crowded for me, is when I'm like, it's distracting. A little bit too crowded, but I like it. I mean, it's easy to read. The fonts are clear. I like the trivia and stuff, but they think they went a little overboard on stuff.
I think it's pretty clean. I could have given it a higher rank if I should have given it a higher rank, possibly even the second best for me for the decade. It's pretty clean back, even though there is a bunch of different colors. It is nice to see. Ray did give us a foreshadowing many minutes ago. It is nice to see team logos on the back, though, for real this time. So
yeah, I agree with that. I do like that logo. Interesting, John 3D. You like that symmetrical, but this box is not.
Not.
Yeah.
Well, it's still squares and rectangles. I think for me, the arcs then all of a sudden mixing with the square corners is what's more troubling. Sorry.
And the number stands out well too, which is important. Especially these days. Back then, I don't know how often we looked at the numbers to put them in order once, but now we look at numbers, I think, a lot more, or at least when we're going through stuff. So
I think it's a good layout, or really a great layout. I know I put it in the middle, but yeah, it flows well. I understand Ray's point that maybe it's a bit much, but the logo really helps my rating, I think, on that one.
At this point, Ray had given up and just started playing guitar, and he didn't care about cards that much.
Yeah,
so
it was his junior year.
Yeah.
I was in the Battle of Bands that summer at the McDade House. So
1985.
Oh
Ray.
my God.
Graduation year, pal.
Yeah, for both of us. Yeah.
You young guys.
Yeah.
All right. Now this one we're back to green.
And some other unknown color.
Some kind of pinkish, which just didn't work.
Yeah.
That was the immediately off-putting with the green pink there.
Yeah.
And they took up a lot of room with this trivia quiz on most of the cards. They barely gave you anything, if anything, on the player. And the little sort of badge part that sort of mimics the front, I guess is what they were going with the player name, where it's at an angle.
Right.
I don't know. To me, it was unnecessary and makes it a little annoying and take up more space. Yep. So I mean, that's what they were, trying to do, is match the front and the back. I thought it was unnecessary.
You're never going to look at the front and the back at the same time. So why?
Exactly.
Why do that?
So, yeah, it was in my bottom tiers. So
Ray liked it.
Yeah. 85.
It's senior week.
Senior week. Had a whole box of them on the porch in Wildwood, and Mac and Mankos, and a box of 85 tops.
Childwood, they called it back then.
Yeah. And the colors are I'm not a big fan of, but again, to me, it's about the balance. And I like the balance on here. And I don't like the Tops logo.
That's so stupid.
Where they have the Tops logo at.
It's splitting two different color fields, which is horribly.
Color is not great on this set, but I don't look so much at the color as I do the layout. And I like I just like how it's balanced.
I can't read it. I just can't read it.
Classic
Green and red. I
85.
say green and red. Why does Tops hate us? And then it's hard to read, and then just strange layout. Again, the Tops logo splitting colors. It's just weird.
Yeah, that part.
And
weird.
Part of what's weird to me about this is they had competition at this point, right? Like, but it seemed like they were phoning it in. Like everybody was so unprepared for what Upper Deck was about to do to them.
Yeah. I think it's just really hard to read. I don't like the color scheme on it. But I understand what Ray's saying about balance, but that's the only positive thing I can really say.
How come John's not pulling any of these bad boys out of his his display cases on the walls? You're not sporting any 85s in the?
Yeah, they're over here, but I'd have to stand up right now to pull them out. You don't want to see that with me standing up here. So
we can remove you.
No problem reaching for those 55s, but he's not. Can't be bothered to get
those
the
were right
85.
behind me here. So.
Oh no!
Come on, tell us a little bit about 1986 for you. You liked it a little bit.
A lot like 81, right?
Yeah, it was. I mean, this one with the. I mean, are we calling this kind of a darker salmon or salmon in the middle, darker on the border? But
I don't know what
medium rare is what you should call it.
Something. Well, the Ryan's not a good example because at that point his career was too long, so you don't get all the card elements. But I mean, again, they take it up with a bit of a trivia section they called Talking Baseball that wasn't directly related to the player, but you did get some blurbs with people with shorter careers above that section. To me, all these, past my third pick, it's splitting hairs. I thought the color scheme would work and it was really legible. So I don't have that much more nice to say about it.
Ray has probably less to say about it.
A little bit, yeah. That color is fuchsia and less fuchsia, and it's kind of a little ruggly. Not liking it, the pink and the whatever, but not real great design on this. Text heavy, man.
Yeah.
Not a big fan of from here down. It's well, I got 1 year that I liked after, but 86 is not great. Even the fronts are horrible.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah,
I don't know. When I opened these, I was like, wow, these are bad.
I mean, compared to the rest of the show, this was a horrible decade.
Yeah.
Exactly.
We should have probably just left the 80s out.
Yeah.
But I felt like I had to because
3D.
3D.
Yeah, just had a mea culpa, my 3D 80s kid right there.
Well, to full transparency, I was more of a fan of more Fleer sets than I was Tops during that decade.
Okay.
Well,
makes sense.
All right. Well, let's go to 87. More wood grain.
People love this. People a little bit younger than Ray and I really love this set for some stupid reasons.
Yeah, I never, it never appealed to me. so I don't really care for 87 or 62. So,
Right. Yep.
The yellow and the blue makes it pretty legible. It's a little weird having the biostats at the bottom with the name at the top. So, for the organization of it. So that was a little bit of a detractor to me, but it's a mostly legible design. It's like most this decade mid. So,
Ray?
I like this a little bit, a lot better than 86. It's balanced. It's laid out pretty cool, readable. And yeah, that's about it. I mean, it's got some fun facts on there, and the fonts are they're well sized, definitely. So I'm okay with 87. As it, 86 dropped a lot for me, but I did like it a little bit better. It was a pretty popular set too in the late 80s.
They did what John was talking about in 81. Do you have one of those cards, Drew?
Yeah, I got it right here.
See how the players' names and
yeah, it's not bad.
Black, you know what I mean, or whatever. It stands out more. So
that is a positive element there.
Yeah, they should have done that a lot sooner. So,
I think
a lot of arrows, man. We were a lot of pointy objects on that thing.
Yeah. Well, for me, I think it's one of the easier cards to read.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
So that's why I rated it so high. I read the number, I can read the name. I understand what you're saying about the bio on the bottom, but it doesn't really bother me too much. I like the color scheme, and it's easy to read.
Just remember that at this point, not a lot of people are looking at the cards because they're coming in factory sets or whatever. So, does the back matter as much anymore? Maybe that's what the manufacturers are thinking. I don't know.
Yeah.
You take it from your factory set and you put it in your 9 pocket.
True. Good point. Back to back, John, which is what your generation would do. Back to back in a binder. Like, wow.
Oh, I didn't do that.
I'm just saying, people you may have gone to school with.
1988.
What is going on here?
This is bright orange.
Looks like doilies. It just looks like a bunch of doilies up top.
And then we got the baseballs behind that top section is not a positive.
At all.
Yeah. And your Jerry Royce there, he had a pretty long career, so you're missing the normal text element to the bottom part, which is fairly similar style to the previous year. So it's just it's there. You can read it. Would you ever find somebody would say 88 is their favorite set overall?
No,
I don't think it's possible.
Pedestrian.
Clearly, I gave it a 1.
Yeah,
it's terrible. The only reason I pulled Jerry Royce out was in honor of John Keating.
Right on.
Yeah, that was a great interview with Jerry. Right.
It's amazing that the whole card world turns upside down after 88. And again, nobody saw it coming, I guess. Yeah.
Anybody else, Ray? You want to say anything about 88 or?
It's a bad set, front and back.
Right.
That layout on the top, I didn't even know what that was.
They're still out there, man. There's still plenty of 88 tops out there.
All right.
Sure.
Let's dive into 89, shall we?
89.
Well,
looks like
damn.
A couple of the other sets we saw in the 80s. I don't, same black and salmon.
Right? That's more of your fuchsia, Ray.
Yeah. Yeah, this goes in coordination with hair metal and everything by 1989. It's bright. It's got to stand out in a negative way. And
got a couple baseballs on the back though.
Wow. Yeah, I gave that a 1.
It sounds like I'm going to have to make my case, huh? Because I gave it a 10.
Oh my God, you gave it a 10.
Yeah, that's what was
Holy
shocking
mackerel.
to me when you first showed this.
Yeah, I mean, the number's big. I like it. 500.
Oh, it's weird, man. It's just a weird set.
I like the idea of the
Monthly scoreboard, really?
I really like that.
Here's what
Monthly
I wrote.
scoreboard.
Does anybody care what George Bell did in June of 1988? That's what I wrote on
Ah.
as part of my notes. Nobody cares what happened.
Yeah, I thought the monthly
Okay.
scoreboard was a complete wasted
Uh,
addition there.
that card, the only thing that card's good for is to take to Texas Roadhouse and say, "This is how I want my my ribeye." Okay,
All right.
look it like this, please.
I guess that was a typo. I meant to put a 1. I don't know how the 0.
Yeah.
I
You,
apologize.
thanks to
Well, I mean,
you,
the
it's
majority of
better
this
than
decade of
1988.
cards is ones where you just
Yeah.
throw it on to make a card, like baseball card
Yeah.
table, and throw them
Yeah.
on there and put laminate over the top of the thing.
I think 3 out of 4 of us are satisfied that 1980, ran away with that.
Yeah, that's my
Yeah.
favorite set.
But Ray is having a,
Just the backs a little bit in the middle. I should have probably put that a little bit higher because that is my favorite set of the 80s, without a doubt.
I hope you
Is-
get fried in the comments, man.
Well, that kind of brings us to 4 sets. Right?
Well, I'm the young kid here on this panel, and just so all you guys are aware, the folks who run the National have already lumped the 80s into vintage. So
Good for them.
All of the 80s.
the way they had flagged the at the trade nights, they had a banner that literally said 90s and vintage for the section that we were in for when we did vintage trade night. So
you may have to pass out some of those T-shirts you made.
I'm done, man. You can't fix stupid, right?
Yeah.
They say.
Well, I don't know if you have the cards in front of you, but who takes this? Can we
Yes.
can we agree on this or not?
Just the card backs. You're talking about the card backs. Huh?
Yeah.
63.
Yeah, 57, 63, 1970, and 1980.
I'd go with 63 too.
63.
John,
Yeah, that surprised me when I looked at this because 63 isn't a set that stands out to me. But when I went by year, I was surprised at how appealing the backs of 63 are.
I think 63 out of those 4 is the highest. So
well,
What got the high? Oh, you have the highest grades. What did get the highest grades?
we didn't. We were going to rate it right now, but I think we all agree 1963 wins it.
Nice.
I a week ago, if you would ask me that, I would have said you were nuts. But
Yeah.
I think it's true.
Well, it's interesting because when I started grading these out, I was sort of influenced at the very beginning by the fronts, some of the design sets that I like the most. And so
57 is a great example, though, of
it is
flipping the card over because it's
100%.
yeah.
Yeah. So 63, we're on agreement then, right?
Yep.
Okay. 63.
well, when I did these rankings, I pulled one from each year out of my case and had them all with only the back showing, and just tried to then order of them from best to worst without knowing what even the sets were necessarily. So
Yeah, one thing I did was I did this. I should hope I can bring it up.
Oh, there you go.
I did that.
That top left one. Wow. what is
51, baby.
Dear.
yeah, I wonder what that top left year is, huh?
Is that I think it's a 3 of diamonds on the other side of that.
No, it's a half naked lady with from Lou Turks.
It still blows my mind the out of all this ranking that one was not worst for everybody.
Yeah.
I had it second worst.
I tried to look at I tried
I
not
was
to limit
trying to give it
myself.
a little breather.
Try not to limit myself just to the players, right? I was trying to look at the team cards and the leader cards and some of the more unique cards that come along. So
Right.
I mean, the color scheme is the same regardless, but it's some of the innovations we saw and pretty cool.
So
There's
there's
the 60s. Yeah, clearly you could see 63 is really good.
Yeah, lining them up like this really helped me. I'm like, okay, that one pops, right?
Right. And you put them next to the Bowmans, you'd be like, wow, big difference there,
Right. I'll pull up the 70s. I won't pull up the 80s. Not like,
Let's get ready for your green.
yeah, here's your 70s.
Look at that 1970 looking.
Yeah,
all
the
pretty.
70 is cool, John.
Yeah.
You might. I gave it a 6. I mean, I did give it a good grade. It is. I like the bright white. 75 still number one for me.
You know what else is like the 74, the 76, they're a little too lenticular. Other than the 75, the run from 74 to 79, the backs look almost the same. They're just boring to me. Whereas both of the portrait ones look nothing like each other, even though they're both oriented the same way.
Yeah, 70's great. 72, 75. Yeah.
Go buy some cards, folks.
We don't need to look at 1980, do we?
Sure, why not?
Awesome. Yeah, look at the 80s. There's only one
It's
winner.
gonna be
in that
so
bunch.
much bright
Yeah.
Aquanet hairspray coming up.
Yeah. It's like a meat locker.
Oh, not that bad.
Yeah. You didn't grade those 88s and those 89s, huh?
Huh, wonder why. No, sir, I did not.
Interesting.
I mean, that's where Topps wasn't even the best company for card backs in the 80s. I mean,
Yeah. 84 Don
Sportflix
Russ.
was doing better
Yeah.
stuff on the backs of their cards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I said, they were asleep at the wheel, man, which is crazy considering they had competition, a lot of competition, and they're just like, whatever.
Yeah, I'm looking at this definitely 80, 83, and 85. That's the ones that to me that's an 82 a little bit too, but 80, 83, 85.
I like 84. I like the multicolored. Red,
Yeah, 84 is
red,
cool.
blue, and gray.
84 right here. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, guys, this took quite a while. I appreciate all of your time. It was fun to hear your opinions on this.
Yeah,
So
sure thing.
Cool. Thanks for having us, man.
yeah,
Yeah, it's fun.
it's really the second time I've ever done this, so I appreciate your patience.
Yeah,
I
no problem.
wish the songs I had ready for you would have worked.
Oh
What
yeah.
were they? You going to tell us?
Yeah, that's what we need to know.
There you go. The Buggles.
First song in MTV history.
Yep.
That was for John, and then for Ray I had.
In West Philadelphia,
There you go. South Philadelphia.
So we'll call these your walkout songs.
Yeah, the Italians were not West Philadelphia born and raised.
Well, I had a bunch of chops. So yeah.
Different bunch of folks.
John, I know he loves his Canadian music, the artist up there. And so I'm like, I know what I need to pick for John. So here's.
Is that Anne Murray?
Yeah.
You want to hear something crazy? That was my mom's favorite. Nope. There you go.
How'd that go for you, John?
That's awesome, man.
I
Looking at my Neil Young stuff right now. It's awesome.
feel like we had to take Anne Murray off. That's the record and bring on Neil.
I'll be in Canada tomorrow.
Nice.
Great.
All
Yeah.
right.
Sweet.
Well, I've kept you guys long enough. I do appreciate it. This was fun.
Yeah,
All
no
right,
problem.
gents. Take care. Be safe.
See you guys.
See ya.
I would like to thank my guests, John 3D80s Kid, Ray from Philly, and John Keating from That 70s Card Show, for their time and contributions to this discussion. Keep growing your collection, card farmers, and thanks for tuning in.